Actually, some of our function as a recruiter can be replaced by AI. How we assess the candidate through interview is really important, and I think those assessment only can be done by human recruiter. We need our instinct and also a human perspective.
Okay, hi guys, welcome back to Recruitment Radio. I'm here, Arman. I'm joined today with the lovely April.
Hi everyone, April.
So she has 5 years experience in recruitment. She's a very senior person in Aurora. Can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Okay, thank you Arman. Hi everyone, my name is April. So I have around 5 years of experience as a recruiter and also in talent acquisition. And right now I'm working in Aurora Executive Placement Consultant. Previously, I have experience in several industries like developer company and also startups and banking industry as well. Thank you.
Okay, so you have been a recruiter for the past 5 years in a lot of industry like startups, banking, and currently you're working in an HR company.
Yeah.
In Indonesia, what is the current market trends for jobs currently?
Okay, the current job trends in the market, in my point of view, is in artificial intelligence and also digitalization, because there are a lot of our clients and also our candidates that are going through the digitalization itself. For example, some of our clients have products in predictive maintenance, and we're also looking for the candidates with the aligned expertise as well.
So how do you find these qualities for the candidates?
Okay, how do I find it? Usually I'm looking from their experience, their education background, and also their work experience as well. And also I assess their thought process regarding the digital and also project automation as well.
Maybe you can describe the typical recruitment process for maybe job posting or the onboarding.
Okay. For the job posting, because we are right now going through the digital 4.0, we are using social media a lot. Social media is important, guys. So from the candidate side, we as a candidate usually use LinkedIn, and also from the recruiter side, we are checking our candidates' LinkedIn profile and also our candidates' Instagram profile as well.
So self-branding is really
important.
Really important for the candidates, for recruiters, and also for other businesses to find the correct candidates.
Yes, as well as our client companies to build their LinkedIn profile as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you use these strategies to attract the candidates?
Sorry. Okay, I attract the candidates by building my LinkedIn profile, and also I am usually interact with the recruiters from other companies as well through LinkedIn, and also I create the job posting as well on LinkedIn, and we in Aurora also build our social media like TikTok, Instagram. You could check it out later.
Okay. What is most important with a recruiter or an HR person? Because currently in the market, a lot of people can just use AI.
Yeah.
They can just search the candidate's profile. If it aligns with the company's profile, they'll directly hire. So why do people need a recruiter these days?
Yeah, actually some of our function as a recruiter can be replaced by AI. Like for example, CVs. We already use ATS. Some of the candidates use ATS or applicant tracking system. But from recruiter, how we assess the candidate through interview is really important. Like we assess someone from their thought process, whether their perspective and also culture align with our client company. And I think those assessments only can be done by human recruiter. We need our instinct and also a human perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
So currently in Indonesia, we've seen a lot of startups having layoffs. If I'm not wrong, it's about 3,000 layoffs in the past 2 weeks, you can say, for a lot of startup companies. Any reason you think why that's happening?
I think we have to research a lot about this, since it's from business perspective and also from the market trends as well. But from my individual perspective, I think it's because of the buying, because of the consumer buying the products getting lesser than previously. So perhaps the e-commerce got also impacted by it.
Okay. So as you are currently working in PT Aurora Executive Placement Consultancy, it is mainly focused on ASEAN regions, mainly focusing in Indonesia for hiring top talent. So what different perspectives do you see in maybe Malaysia, Singapore, compared to Indonesia in hiring, or maybe in India or Thailand? What are the different
each of the countries? I think each of the countries have their own cultures, their different daily habits, and also a lot of things we can assess through each countries. For example, if we are hiring Singaporean people and also perhaps Indian candidates from India, usually they have a fast work pace, and also they have lesser national holiday than in Indonesia. There are 10 plus national holidays in each year, and in Indonesia we have 50 plus national holidays. That is one of the difference. And then from the perspective of the users, some of the users in Indonesia, I think, in my opinion, tend to use their empathy a little bit too much. I think like that.
So currently in Indonesia, we see a small trend that Indonesians are not able to do as good a job as other countries out there, because maybe we have less of a talent in Indonesia. Any reasoning behind that?
Less of talent in Indonesia.
Less of talent.
I think it is back again from my own perspective. In Indonesia, I think the educational structure, or not educational structure, but the educational form, we tend to learn too general things since in elementary school. In elementary school, we learn a lot too general, not really specific, and we just learn the specific way when we enter college or university. And I think it is really aligned with the one you said before. So it's only works in high school and elementary school. It doesn't go beyond maybe to the universities and maybe in jobs. It goes also over there, or it only stands in the elementary school level? And elementary school, high school, and junior high school, we tend to learn too general curriculum rather than specific, if we compare it to the other nations, I think.
So let's have thanks to our today's sponsors, PT Aurora Group, as you can see.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So PT Aurora Group is a consultancy group in Indonesia. We help in market entry solutions, and we help with the speed dial of recruitment in Indonesia. So any help you need for recruitment needs, contact Aurora Group.
Cheers.
Okay, so currently in Indonesia, you've told us about empathy and the curriculum is not so good. So as a recruiter, how hard is it for you to find the top talent for each company for their preferred position?
Top talent from each companies. Okay. I usually do research regarding my clients. First thing first, before I arrange a meeting with my clients, I do research about the industry and also the competitors analysis as well, and market research trend for that specific client company. After that, I will be arrange the meeting with the users from the company and start looking for the candidates exactly like what they need.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've talked a lot about the client's perspective and as you as a recruiter. Now I want to attract and attack the candidate side.
Yeah.
As a candidate, you've already told self-branding is important.
Yeah.
But in your expertise, what else is more important for a candidate?
Okay. What else are more important from the candidates? I think is for knowing what we are applying for. If we are applying, for example, job opportunity as a software engineer, for example, we need to find out whether it is a front-end engineering, full-stack engineering, or back-end, or perhaps a product engineering as well. We need to understand the job responsibilities. And other than that, we also as a candidate, we also need to know our career path and what is our professional career path actually.
Your professional career path. Okay.
Yeah.
So once the candidate has the proper career path, he's aligned with this position. What is his maybe as a candidate? What is his process to maybe get the interview with the client?
Okay. The process to get interviewed by the client, actually we have to double check our CVs, whether our experience align with what our client needs, and then also we have to apply to a right headhunter or HR consultancy like Aurora, for example, and then we also check our email, often.
Okay. So from a candidate side, let's say he's gone for the first interview with maybe the HR company Aurora, as you just mentioned.
Yeah.
What are steps that the candidate can maybe attract the interviewer or interviewee for getting a better experience and maybe getting the job that he or she is wanting?
Yeah. Actually, when we are looking for a job, we as from a candidate and also from our client, we look for a matchmate from the candidate side and also from client side. So there are a lot of things that the client usually assess from the cultural, and then also with whether the job responsibility align with the client's experience as well. So from the candidate side, we need to look for the company's culture. We need to learn about the company's profile first before going to the office to do the interview, and then we also have to learn the job responsibility as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Currently, Indonesia is a very huge country.
Yeah.
We have about 12,000 plus islands, 270 million people. What are common misconceptions of Indonesia that you get from big companies when they're trying to hire a candidate?
Yeah. Okay. I think from perspective of recruiter and also as an Indonesian people, some of our Indonesian people, we have a good expertise, we have a good experience related to the position, but we lack of confidence. I think we have lack of confidence. We often get those review or feedback from other companies.
Because currently we have maybe the major 4 islands we can say is Java, Sumatra, Kalimantan and Bali.
Yeah.
So we can notice things from each island that is separate.
Yeah.
Maybe in Java island people are less confident, they don't like to speak up as much.
Yeah.
Or maybe in Sumatra people like to be a bit hard when they're talking.
Oh yeah.
So how does that react with the companies that are trying to enter Indonesia?
Yeah.
How will they be together with the candidate? How will you do the matchmaking?
Okay, yeah, I agree with that because we have a lot of islands, we have a lot of different cultures. We need to assess deeply whether the candidates fit our client company's culture as well. And also how to navigate that.
Okay.
Yeah, how to navigate that. Again, we check our clients' needs, what our clients needs, and also their cultures as well. I think.
So because PT Aurora is a very huge recruitment company, not only in Indonesia but whole of Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
What are other techniques you do to find maybe candidates in other nations, like maybe Singapore, Philippines?
Okay.
Because as I know, PT Aurora has a lot of clients in Philippines, Singapore, and also Malaysia. So, because you're based in Indonesia, you're one of the Indonesian recruiters. How is it different compared from Indonesia and these other nations when doing the hiring process and other things?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, we also but we prepare the time zone. There are different time zones. For example, Indonesia, we have GMT plus 7, and other countries, different time zones. So we have to catch up with the different time zones, first thing first. And also we have to understand each nation's culture as well. So, and we have to match the pace of every candidate from every nation.
Okay.
Again, the pace, the time zone, and also the cultural things.
Okay. So currently in Indonesia, what are the current market trends for getting a job?
Okay, the current market trends is, I think, it's from LinkedIn, branding from LinkedIn, and then through social media as well. Specifically, some of big companies, they are required branding from TikTok or from Instagram, and also the other trend is digital 4.0.
Okay.
We are looking for a lot of tech-savvy candidates.
Tech-savvy, okay.
Yeah.
Currently, because COVID-19 just finished, and currently we are at rough times, rough waters, do you think people are looking for more sustainable jobs or things like that? Because it's very uncertain times right now. A lot of companies are going maybe bankrupt. A lot of companies are uncertain, so they don't want to move ahead in their business.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's back again from each of the individual's needs. Some of perhaps maybe some of the individual that need stability, they tend to look from a job opportunities from a more stable companies, well-established companies, and some of the people that looking for challenges, they tend to apply to tech startups, for example. Yeah, so it's back again to their choices. Yeah.
So because of this COVID-19 and other things, how have you seen the mindset shift in the Indonesian people for maybe getting a job or something?
Okay, the mindset shift. I think it's also related to the social media again. Yeah, we can use social media for self-branding, for companies branding as well, to look for specific candidates as well, and then the other trend is
like the mindset.
The mindset.
Maybe it shifted because of the COVID-19 and uncertain times. How do you think the Indonesian people have shifted their aura towards that?
Okay, from the COVID-19 or pandemic situation, we tend to look very carefully for each of opportunities that we had. We tend to look for a more stable company, and then of course the working from everywhere and working from home is also the trend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most Indonesians currently, if I'm not wrong, they like working from home.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think it's more flexible. They have more flexibility.
Okay.
But for me, I think as individual, I tend to love to work from the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I can add upon a point. Currently, it's maybe really hard for an Indonesian to commute to work back and forth every day.
Correct.
Because if you see right now in Indonesia or in the DKI Jakarta, the Greater Jakarta region, most people are trying to live outside the city.
Yeah.
Maybe in BSD, Karawaci, Tangerang, so in that area, and they like to commute to work back and forth.
Correct.
Maybe they like working from home rather than going to office every day.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Yeah, the commuter situation.
So what advice would you give to someone that's looking for a job other than branding yourself?
Okay. Another advice is to know your interest, professional career path, your career path as well, and your ability. You need to assess yourself really deeply to find your own career path. And also sometimes our interest doesn't align with what is our capable of, so we can do both. We work for a different industry with what our needs, with what our interests.
With your interests.
With your interests.
Okay. So currently, if I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of people unemployed currently in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And let's say you find a position of, let's say, a sales position. So you have about 100 to 200 CV, maybe a very high volume of CVs.
Yeah.
So how do you narrow it down? Because it must be a really hard process, because you get maybe 200-300 CVs whenever you start working. As I know, you're working at Aurora, so they also have like a 5 million candidates database. So how do you work with that?
Narrow it down, right?
Yeah, narrow it down.
Yeah, I think maybe I will put another fun fact first. In some countries, for example, in South Korea, they tend to use ATS, and they assess the candidates from their photo.
Okay.
Just that we can narrow down it to a lesser candidate. But from me, usually I narrow down the candidates by screening their CVs manually. Manually, yes.
Okay. So that must be a really long process.
Not really long. Actually, if we have those instincts and those experience, we can narrow it down also the time to screening the candidates.
So what are some new innovation solutions you can give to new companies entering into Indonesian market?
Okay. Entering the Indonesian market, for me, as an Indonesian, we have a lot of potential candidates. We have a lot of potential people. Just maybe if you want to come to Indonesia, we have also many different islands and a lot of let's say quantity of people.
Okay.
Yeah, we are fourth most a nation with most population with most population. So don't worry, come to build your business in Indonesia, but you have to also understand our culture. Yeah, I think just like that.
Yeah, because in Indonesia, the people's culture is the most important thing. Even in Bali, everyone's, I'll give you an example for Bali. So everyone's Hindu there. Number one, you have to respect the culture. After that, we can build upon your company.
Yeah. We also consumptive nation, so yeah, it's a really huge chance for you to build your brand in Indonesia, I think.
But there'll be a few setbacks, like April has also said it is talk show. So there, like in different islands, you'll find different style of people. Like in Java, you will find very, you could say really small person. They don't want to talk too much. They'll just do their work and they'll just be quiet. In Sumatra Island, they're a bit harsh. They'll say directly to your face, okay, this is not working, this is that. So each island in Indonesia has their own culture.
Yeah.
So it is very hard for each maybe new company wanting to enter into Indonesian market. It's a little bit hard for them, but slowly it could be easier.
Yeah. At the first stage, we need to understand the culture, but later on, we can work very well with each other, the teamwork.
So, thank you for today's podcast.
Thank you so much, Arman.
Hopefully, we can get you back for our maybe the next few episodes.
Yeah.
Okay. So stay tuned, guys. We'll have more episodes coming. Okay. give it up for April, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Arman.
Okay, it's here to sign out from Recruitment Radio. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.